Hello. Today I'll be talking about Abra, the first Psychic-type Pokemon. Its past BYC dates are April 29th, 1996, February 18th, 1999, December 9th, 2001, September 29th, 2004, July 21st, 2007, May 11th, 2010, March 1st, 2013, December 21st, 2015, October 11th, 2018, and August 1st, 2021. I think it looks cute. I also like the names of Abra and its evolutions Kadabra and Alakazam. I mostly remember Abra for being annoying for teleporting in Pokemon Blue. Anyway, let's get into the Bulbapedia article. Before I get into it though, throughout most of the section you'll see my long hair. Hello and welcome to the Bulbapedia section of the video. Today we'll be talking about Abra, the Psy Pokemon. Its number is 0063. This is what it looks like. Type is Psychic, so this is new. Kind of. We got to see the outline in Alolan Raichu, but here's what the inside looks like. It's all these shades of pink. Abilities, Synchronize or Inner Focus. Magic Guard is its hidden ability. Gender ratio is 75% male and 25% female. Catch rate is 200 or 36.6%. Breeding, egg group human-like at time 20 cycles. Height 2'11" or 0.9 meters. Weight 43 pounds or 19.5 kilograms. Base experience yield in Gen 1 through 3 was 73. In 4 was 75, and 5 plus is 62. Leveling rate is medium slow. EV yield is 1 and special attack. Shape is that, footprint is that. Pokedex color is brown. I guess these parts are brown. Interesting. I would say it's more yellow, but okay. Base friendship is 70. Abra is a Psychic-type Pokemon introduced in Generation 1. It evolves into Kadabra starting at level 16, which evolves into Alakazam when traded or when exposed to a linking cord. Biology, Abra is a bipedal mammalian Pokemon that is primarily yellow. Its face is kite-shaped with a small pale yellow snout and 2 short pointed ears with pale yellow interiors. Its wide eyes are normally closed. Abra's body is segmented with black skin is visible between its joints and along its neck. So I think that's supposed to say Abra's body is segmented with black skin visible between its joints. It has 2 brown, pauldron-shaped extensions on its shoulders, as well as a brown, fold-like piece around its chest. It has 3 digits on each hand and foot, but its fingers considerably shorter than its toes. And there's no R, but its fingers are considerably shorter than its toes, is what it should say. 2 of its toes face forward and 1 faces backward. Its tail is thick and long with a brown band located near the tip. Abra can sense danger through a telepathic radar. When it does, it teleports to a safe location. However, it sometimes becomes panicked if it wakes in an unknown location. By hypnotizing itself, Abra is able to teleport itself even while sleeping. It can use other extrasensory abilities while sleeping as well, and can even teleport into the treetops to pick and eat berries. The deeper Abra sleeps, the farther it teleports. Due to the strain of its telepathic powers, however, Abra sleeps 18 hours each day. If it fails to rest long enough, it will become unable to use its powers. Aww. The contents in Abra's dream can affect its powers. Abra lives in urban areas, but has been observed to teleport to a different location once per hour. If it teleports randomly, it can create illusionary copies. Evolution, Abra evolves into Kadabra, which evolves into Alakazam. So you can see that here, Abra, Kadabra, Alakazam. Game data, NPC appearances, Pokemon Gold, Silver, and Crystal before the Elite Four is defeated for the first time. An Abra at Indigo Plateau will teleport the player back to New Bark Town. It also appears in the remakes, but has no function. Pokemon Coliseum and Pokemon XD. Mount Battle uses an Abra to teleport challengers back to the entrance. Pokedex entries in Gen 1, Red and Blue. Using its ability to read minds, it will identify impending danger and teleport to safety. Yellow sleeps 18 hours a day. If it senses danger, it will teleport itself to safety even as it sleeps. In Stadium, even while asleep, it can sense enemies approaching. It teleports itself to a distant spot if there is any danger. In Gen 2, in Gold, it senses impending attacks and teleports away to safety before the actual attacks can strike. In Silver, if it decides to teleport randomly, it creates the illusion that it has created copies of itself. In Crystal, it hypnotizes itself so that it can teleport away when it senses danger, even if it is asleep. Same 2 is Gold again. In Gen 3 and Ruby, Abra sleeps for 18 hours a day. However, it can sense the presence of foes even while it is sleeping. In such a situation, this Pokemon immediately teleports to safety. Abra needs to sleep for 18 hours a day. If it doesn't, this Pokemon loses its ability to use telekinetic powers. If it is attacked, Abra escapes using teleport while it is still sleeping. Emerald, a Pokemon that sleeps 18 hours a day. Observation revealed that it uses teleport to change its location once every hour. Fire Red, it sleeps for 18 hours a day. It uses a variety of extrasensory powers even while asleep. Leaf Green is similar to Red and Blues but slightly different, so we'll read it. Using its ability to read minds, it will sense impending danger and teleport to safety. In Gen 4, and Diamond, it sleeps for 18 hours a day. Even when awake, it teleports itself while remaining seated. Pearl, even while asleep, it maintains a telepathic radar. It teleports when it is threatened. Platinum, using its psychic powers, is such a strain on its brain that it needs to sleep for 18 hours a day. Heart Gold's is just Gold's entry again. Soul Silver is similar to Silver's, but slightly different, so we'll read it. If it decides to teleport randomly, it evokes the illusion that it has created copies of itself. The Gen 5 Pokedex entries are Platinum's Pokedex. In Gen 6, X is Fire Red's entry. Y's is the Gold entries. Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, their Ruby and Sapphire counterparts. In Gen 7 Sun, it sleeps 18 hours a day. Even while sleeping, it will teleport itself to treetops and pick and eat berries there. Moon, it can teleport itself to safety while it's asleep. But when it wakes, it doesn't know where it is, so it panics. Aww. In Ultra Sun, it uses various psychic powers, even while it's sleeping, so you can't tell whether or not it's awake. Ultra Moon, it can read others' minds, and will teleport away when danger approaches. You must clear your mind if you want to catch it. The Let's Go games, their entry is Yellow's entry. In Gen 8, in Sword, this Pokemon uses its psychic powers while it sleeps. The contents of Abra's dreams affect the powers that the Pokemon wields. In Shield, Abra can teleport in its sleep. Apparently, the more deeply Abra sleeps, the farther its teleportations go. Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl are their Diamond and Pearl counterpart. In Legends Arceus, it spends 18 hours of the day sleeping. Even while asleep, Abra can control its psychic powers. Should danger approach, the Pokemon will simply teleport away. So we got Abra in the Alola Pokedex. Game locations. Saw game locations. Events. Held items. Pokemon caught in Gen 1 must be traded to a Gen 2 game in order for a held item to appear. In Red, Blue, and Yellow, you get GM 09, Psycup 100% at the time. Ruby, Sapphire, Fire Red, Leaf Green, and Emerald, you get Twisted Spoon 5%. Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum, you get Twisted Spoon 5% of the time, or an Oran Berry, an in-game trade 100% of the time. Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Black, and White, you get a Twisted Spoon 5% of the time. X, Y, Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, Sun, Moon, Ultra Sun, and Ultra Moon, you get a Twisted Spoon 5% of the time. Sword and Shield, you get Twisted Spoon, Expansion Pass required 5% of the time. Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, you get a Twisted Spoon 5% of the time, or an Oran Berry, an in-game trade 100% of the time. Legends Arceus, Normal, Hoppo Berry 30% of the time. Spoiled Apricorn 15% of the time. Great items by level. For Alpha, get EXP Candy S 100% of the time. Seed of Mastery 10% of the time. Or great items by level, still don't know how the math works. Stats, base stats, HP 25, attack 20, defense 15, special attack 105, special defense 55, speed 90, for a total of 310. This Pokemon's special base stat in Gen 1 was 105. Pokéthon stats. Type effectiveness, damage normally by normal, flying, poison, ground, rock, steel, fire, water, grass, electric, ice, dragon, and fairy. Week 2. Bug, ghost, dark for double, immune to nothing, resistant to fighting, and psychic for half. Notes, in Gen 1 the effectiveness of ghost type moves is 0, so it went from 0 to 2. It's a learn set. By leveling up in Sword and Shield and Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, at level 1 you get Teleport. It's a status psychic move. PP is 20. In Legends Arceus, you get Teleport at 1. There's no mastery, I guess. It's the same basic thing. Yeah, it's the same thing. Just, I guess, more of this information. I don't know what any of that means, but yeah. By TM/TR in Sword and Shield. I'm sorry, 0? What is... Why is there 2 zeros? What? Mega Punch is TM00 for some reason. Okay, 1 Mega Kick, 3 Fire Punch, 4 Ice Punch, 5 Thunder Punch, 14 Thunder Wave, 17 Light Screen, 18 Reflect, 19 Safeguard, 21 Rest, 23 Thief, 24 Snore, 25 Protect, 31 Attract, 33 Rain Dance, 34 Sunny Day, 39 Facade, 40 Swift, 59 Fling, 60 Power Swap, 61 Guard Swap, 62 Speed Swap, 63 Drain Punch, 70 Trick Room, 71 Wonder Room, 72 Magic Room, 76 Round, 91 Psychic Terrain. For the TRs, TR01, Body Slam, 11 Psychic, 14 Metrodome, 19 Tri Attack, 20 Substitute, 25 Psy Shock, 26 Endure, 27 Sleep Talk, 30 Encore, 31 Iron Tail, 33 Shadow Ball, 37 Taunt, 38 Trick, 40 Skill Swap, 49 Calm Mind, 65 Energy Ball, 69 Zen Headbutt, 77 Grass Knot, 81 Foul Play, 83 Ally Switch, and 92 Dazzling Gleam. In Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, 1 Focus Punch, 4 Calm Mind, 11 Sunny Day, 12 Taunt, 16 Light Screen, 17 Protect, 18 Rain Dance, 20 Safeguard, 21 Dazzling Gleam, 23 Iron Tail, 29 Psychic, 30 Shadow Ball, 32 Double Team, 33 Reflect, 34 Shockwave, 41 Torment, 42 Facade, 44 Rest, 45 Attract, 46 Thief, 48 Skill Swap, 53 Energy Ball, 56 Fling, 57 Charge Beam, 58 Endure, 60 Drain Punch, 67 Recycle, 70 Flash, 73 Thunder Wave, 77 Psych Up, 82 Sleep Talk, 85 Dream Eater, 86 Grass Knot, 87 Swagger, 90 Substitute, and 92 Trick Room. By breeding in Sword and Shield, this group gives you Confusion, this group gives you Guard Split, Lopunny gives you Magic Coat. In Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, this group gives you Ally Switch, this group gives you Confusion, this group gives you Encore, this group gives you Fire Punch, this group gives you Guard Split. From the Grand Underground, Mr. Mime gives you Guard Swap, this group gives you Ice Punch, this group gives you Knockoff, Lopunny gives you Magic Coat, this group gives you Power Trick, this group gives you Psycho Swift, also from the Grand Underground, and Thunder Punch from this group. Nothing by Tutoring in Sword and Shield. In Legends Arceus, get Calm Mind, Charge Beam, Dazzling Gleam, Drain Punch, Energy Ball, Fire Punch, Ice Punch, Iron Tail, Psychic Rest, Shadow Ball, Swift, Thunder Punch, Tri Attack, and Zen Headbutt. The Chancer from Another Generation. From 2 through 7, you get Barrier, that doesn't work anymore. 1, that Bide, that doesn't work anymore. 4, Captivate, that doesn't work anymore. 4 through 7, Charge Beam. 6 and 7, Confide. 1 and 3, Counter. 2, Curse. 1 through 7, Double Team. 1 and 3, Double Edge. 2 through 7, Dream Eater. 2 through 3, Dynamic Punch. 4 through 7, Embargo, that doesn't work anymore. 1, 2, and 4 through 6, you get Flash, that doesn't work anymore. From 3, 4, 6, and 7, you get Focus Punch. 2 through 7, you get Frustration, that doesn't work anymore. 4 through 7, Gravity. 2, 4, and 7, you get Headbutt. 2 through 7, you get Hidden Power, that doesn't work anymore. 3 through 7, Knockoff. 1 and 3, Mimic. 4, Natural Gift, that doesn't work anymore. 2 and 3, Nightmare, that doesn't work anymore. 4 through 7, you get Power Trick. 2 through 7, you get Psych Up. 6 and 7, you get Psycho Shift. 1, you get Psy Wave and Rage, those don't work anymore. 4 through 7, you get Recycle. 2 through 7, you get Return, that doesn't work anymore. 4 through 7, you get Roleplay. 3, 4, and 6, you get Secret Power, that doesn't work anymore. 1, 3, and 7, you get Seismic Toss. 3, 4, 6, and 7, you get Shockwave. 4 through 7, you get Signal Beam, that doesn't work anymore. 1, you get Skull Bash. 3 through 7, you get Snatch, that doesn't work anymore. 1, you get Submission. 2 through 7, you get Swagger. 1, Takedown. 5 and 7, Telekinesis, that doesn't work anymore. 3 through 7, you get Torment. 1 through 7, you get Toxic, and 2, you get Zap Cannon. TCG only moves. Confuse Ray on this card, Pound on these cards, and Scratch on this card. Oh, side game data. Okay. Pokemon Ranger, browser entry. Using teleportation, Abra moves about while keeping itself levitated. Pokemon Ranger, Shadows of Olmia. It warps around to evade capture. Listen for its cries for your chance to catch it. In Pokepark Wii, Pikachu's Adventure, in the Pokepark Pad entry, Abra likes to take naps in the Haunted Zone and the Treehouse. But you won't catch him napping at Rotom's spooky Shoot 'em Up. Pokepark 2, Wonders Beyond. He has slept in many areas, but now he loves to sleep in the tech area the most. Got all this. Okay. In Pokemon Go, Abra can be obtained by completing 1/4 of the ticketed special research, Investigating Illusions. Evolution data, Abra evolves into Kadabra starting at level 16, which evolves into Alakazam when traded. In Pokemon Legends Arceus, Kadabra can also evolve into Alakazam when exposed to a linking cord. So, that's 16, and then the trade symbol, or linking cord, Legends Arceus only. The sprites here, so that's wildly different. I'm much more familiar with this one. All yellow, maybe a little bit of black, but you know. This one has maybe a little bit of the brown, but yeah. That one was clearly designed for this one. I don't think that either of these really work with it. This one actually has the brown band, I think, a little bit, so that's cool. Yeah, that one's much scarier than this one. This one, they made it a lot cuter. You can see its eyes open a little bit. That's cool. I wasn't expecting that. I've never seen its eyes open. It probably appears in the anime at some point, but I don't remember an episode where that happens. But also, Gen 2, you get this body and the band more properly. You can kind of see it here, but now it's more proper. It's sort of a darker brown, or a dark, sort of a brownish gold. I mean, a darker gold, I'd say. Kind of a light gold with a purple things with purple features. Yeah, you got all this. Then back to more of the yellow with the brown. This kind of becomes more of a grayish purple. Yep. Doesn't really change much, I imagine. Maybe the ears get smaller. Back sprites still seem pretty good. You can see that it didn't really have like the segments like it would in Gen 2 for the back sprite. Yep. Okay, Gen 4. Yep. Oh, it gets brighter. I didn't even notice that. So, yeah, it's a lighter yellow. And now it's more of a darker yellow. Yeah, that's interesting. It's much more like the crystals, I guess. That purple, yeah. But yeah, it kind of keeps everything pretty much the same. It's maybe a little bit more purple. Yep. Look at the models. It's kind of a lighter brown. This is more just a dark brown now. Yep. Pretty cool. Yeah. Which stays the same, yeah. How many fingers we got? Anything with the toes and fingers and stuff. Feet are a little different in this first couple. They start to get more closer in the yellows, and they slowly, I'm sure, get more like it. These have sort of white claws, well, it just sort of becomes yellow claws there. Yep. Yep. Okay. In the anime, Abra in the anime. This. Pokedex entries, episode 22 in Ash's Pokedex. Abra, a psychic power Pokemon. It sleeps 18 hours a day, but employs telekinesis even while sleeping. So here we got a note that says that this is incorrect, and should have said Psy Pokemon, but I kind of get why they chose this. Like, maybe kids, they didn't think kids would know what a Psy Pokemon, well, you know, what Psy meant. In Diamond and Pearl, episode 47, in Dawn's Pokedex. Abra, the Psy Pokemon. When Abra senses an imminent attack, it escapes by teleporting. So we got here in the manga, Abra in Pokemon Adventures. Okay. We got a Pokedex entry in the Electric Tale of Pikachu here. In Chapter 4, this strange fellow sleeps 16 hours a day. In the TCG, other appearances, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Abra appears as a Pokemon summoned from the Pokeball. It attacks by using Teleport on an enemy and teleporting it on another part, or even off of the stage. It also appears as a spirit. So here we got Abra with Ness in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. TFG. Trivia. In the Pokemon Red and Blue beta, Abra was originally known as Hocus. In Pokemon Conquest, Abra is seen floating. Despite this, it is still considered a grounded Pokemon and can activate ground traps, such as the Cogwheel in Valora. Of all Psychic-type Pokemon, Abra has the lowest base attack and is tied with Smoochum for the lowest base defense. In Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, a wild Abra will teleport away if the player tries to approach it from the front. Abra has the highest flee rate in Pokemon Go at 99%, meaning it is almost guaranteed to run away after breaking out of a Pokeball. This is an homage to the core series where it will use teleport to escape on the first turn. In Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX, wild Abra always drop a max ether when defeated. Origin: Abra may be based on a mystic or psychic. It also has similarities to foxes, animals mythologically tied to magic. Given the rat-like tail of its early sprites and the fact that it sleeps 18 hours a day, Abra could also draw inspiration from opossums. Its segmented body parts and animations in some games, such as Pokemon Stadium, are similar to those of marionette puppets. Name origin: Abra may be derived from abracadabra, an incantation used in stage magic. It definitely is. Casey may be named after Edgar Casey, a purported psychic famous for entering self-induced trances. So, we got another languages, related articles, let's move on. Now let's watch Abra's first scene in the anime. Hello and welcome to the anime portion of the video. Today we are watching episode 22, Abra and the Psychic Showdown. It's not really relevant to explain what's going on in the actual episode, since Abra's first appearance is in the Who's That Pokemon segment of the video, or the episode, so that's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna, yeah.
Who's that Pokemon?
Yeah.
It's Abra!
Yeah, like, it didn't appear before this in the episode, so, yeah, that's it. That's its first appearance. Let's move on. Now let's talk about the TCG. I have 2 Abra cards. The first is the second version of the Abra card. It was illustrated by Mitsuhiro Arita. I like how it shows the Abra sleeping, and there's a bit of ambiguity with the time of the day, as the bottom shows day sky, but the top shows night sky. It has 30 HP. It's 211 and 43 pounds. It has one move, Psyshock. Psyshock is a move introduced in the video games after it was introduced in the TCG. In the video games, it was introduced in Gen 5 and is a Psychic-type special move that does damage. On this card, it takes 1 Psychic Energy. With a successful coin flip, it makes the opponent paralyzed. Regardless of the coin flip, it causes the opponent 10 damage. It's weak to Psychic for double damage. This is odd since it's not weak to Psychic in the video games. However, I think the reason it is weak to Psychic is that a lot of Ghost-type Pokemon are put in the Psychic-type category in the TCG. It has no resistance or retreat cost. The lack of resistance is odd since Fighting-type was a type in the TCG at this point, which is what Abra is resistant to in the video games. Its description reads, using its ability to read minds, it will identify impending danger and teleport to safety. This is the Pokédex entry in Pokemon Red, Blue, and Leaf Green. It's level 10. In the video games, it would be 6 levels from evolving into Kadabra. The second card is a reverse holofoil version of the 7th version of the Abra card. It was illustrated by Ken Sugimori. The best part of this image is the background. I assume it's supposed to be an aura or a psychic wave or something like that. Abra is just the official image of Abra, which is fine. It's just not that interesting. Abra has 50 HP, 20 more HP than the last card. It's the same height and weight as the last card. It has 2 moves, Play Search, and Ultra Evolution. Play Search is not a move from the video games. On this card, it costs 1 Psychic Energy. In this move, the player takes the top 5 cards on their deck and puts one in their hand, putting the other 4 back on the top of the deck, and then reshuffles the deck. Ultra Evolution is definitely not something in the games. It costs 1 Psychic Energy and 1 of any energy. It has the player look for an Alakazam card and evolve Abra into that. This, of course, goes against the entire point of evolution if they can just skip a step. Anyway, Abra is still weak to Psychic, but this time it only takes an additional 10 damage. This Abra also has no resistance. This Abra has a cost of any energy to retreat. In the bottom right corner of this card, there is the Mysterious Treasures expansion symbol. Its description reads, it sleeps for 18 hours a day. Even when awake, it teleports itself while remaining seated. This is the Pokédex entry in Pokemon Diamond, Brilliant Diamond. This Abra is level 8, 2 levels less than the other Abra. In the video games, it would be 8 levels from evolving into Kadabra. Speaking of Kadabra, I have a couple Kadabra cards, so we'll talk about them tomorrow. Now let's see why people love Abra. Now let's look at fan art. Welcome to the fan art section of the video. Nobody sent in fan art, so instead we're looking at DeviantArt fan art. For those of you who don't know how this works, what we do is we go through these images until we find an image that doesn't contain an Abra. These first 2 don't contain an Abra, so we'll start with this one. This is 063 Through 065, Abra line by In Progress Pokemon. If you don't know what In Progress Pokemon is, what they do is they put in between stages as if the Pokemon was growing up rather than metamorphizing like they do now. So here we've got Abra, and so we can see it's gaining the little lines here, and it's bigger, and it's getting the ears are like more like that, and the mustache is starting to develop. We've got Kadabra here, and the feet are starting to change. And sort of a between here, the mustache is getting longer, those are starting to fade, these are starting to, the knee pad things are starting to form, the tail is starting to go away, so is the star, these are starting to get a little bit more pointy, a lot of that stuff is disappearing, and forming, the spoon, okay, so then we got Kadabra. Then we've got Abra 2 by Joshua Dunlop. So this kind of semi-realistic Abra here. So maybe this might have been something we might have seen in Detective Pikachu had they featured an Abra. Yep, so it's a little jungle here. It looks like it's sleeping. It's very nice. Then we've got Abra use Teleport by Hosier. So it's it's just it's a Abra using Teleport, kind of a little bit creepy, a little bit stylized, but yeah, it's like kind of teleporting like maybe some shows do, where they warp it a little bit. Yep, this image doesn't contain an Abra, so we'll move on. Thanks to everyone who submitted fan art. I won't be streaming tonight as I need to wait until I've talked about Snorlax before I can catch an Abra in Pokemon Blue. Tomorrow I'll be talking about Kadabra. As always, this isn't my proper outfit. You'll see me tomorrow.